Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with my Week 7 college football picks for the 2021 college football season. Before I continue, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate you do that. We're trying to grow the channel. We do have a subscriber goal of 500 subscribers by the end of the year, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're new. You will not regret it. We just posted our NBA prediction video. We also have our Week 7 top 25 hour race. Go check out that. Go check out those videos as well. So Week 7, last week during Week 6, I almost said last year. Last week we did pretty good in the overall category, but struggled a little bit in the rest. Well, the upset category we did well in, but 21-9 overall, we did very well with that. We only went 14-16 against the spread. That needs to be better. So 14-16 against the spread. Locks of the week, 3-2, better than the previous 2 weeks. Still want to get 4 out of 5 every week in that category. And then the upsets of the week, we did go 3-2 in upsets of the week. So overall, a pretty good week of picking college football games. Wish we did at least a little bit better in the locks and the spread of the week. So and the spread picks. So in last week's picks. So hopefully we'll do better. Our overall standings now, we are 169. So out of the 169 games we picked so far this year, I'm 100 out of 169. Against the spread, we're 87-82. I wish that record was just a little bit better. Locks of the week, I wish that record was better. 18-13. Upsets, I wish that record was better too. 11-20. So this week, 30 games as well. We usually do at least 20. That's usually the norm, but so far this season, we actually have been doing more than 20 every week. At minimum, we've been doing 25. So let's get into it. We'll kick it off with our overall category, 20 games. First game is going to be San Diego State versus San Jose State. San Jose State is a 9.5-point underdog at home against San Diego State. I think San Diego State wins this game, but I don't think they cover. I want to take San Jose State plus 9.5. This is a Friday night game. I like San Diego State to go ahead and win this one. I'll go 34-28 San Diego State. I'll take them by 6. But I'm going to go ahead and take San Jose State plus 9.5. Next game is UCF versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a 21-point favorite. When this line opened up, it was Cincinnati minus 10 back during the offseason. That just shows you how much it jumped. So if you took it then, that's a good thing. Cincinnati minus 21. However, I'm going to take Cincinnati to win a cover. Cincinnati, they're going to sit there and try to blow out every opponent in front of them. The only team, SMU, maybe Houston, are the only two teams that I think could give Cincinnati a little bit of a scare. I like Cincinnati in this one to win and cover. I'm going to take them by 24 points here. I'm going to go ahead and take Cincinnati to win this game. I'm going to go 38-14 Cincinnati. Next game is Michigan State versus Indiana. Michigan State's going to win this game. I want to pick Indiana. I just can't bring myself to it. I'm going to take Michigan State by a field goal, which means I am going to take Indiana plus 4.5. I'll go ahead and take Michigan State in kind of a low-scoring game. I'll go Michigan State in this one. I have a 20-17 Michigan State. I think they go ahead into Indiana, find a way to win that game. But go ahead, give me Indiana plus 4.5. Next game is Oklahoma State versus Texas. Big noon kickoff game. This is technically a top 25 game if you look at the AP poll. If you look at the poll that matters, the McD Sports 4 poll, this is not a top 25 game. Oklahoma State versus Texas. Texas 5-point favorite at home. I think Texas finds a way to win this game. I'm going to take Oklahoma State plus 5 on the road, though. I just have a gut feeling that this game is going to be a field goal game. I'm going to take Texas to somehow find a way to win this one. I'm going to go Texas in this one. I have a 30-27 Texas. Next game is Auburn versus Arkansas. Arkansas is a 3.5-point favorite at home against Auburn. Arkansas is on a 2-game losing streak. Lost to Georgia, and then that was a tough loss against Ole Miss there on the road. They come back home. I think they win, and I think they cover. I like them by a touchdown this one. Auburn's not a bad team. Don't get me wrong with that. But, I mean, they're on the road. I'm going to go ahead and take Arkansas by a touchdown. And as I said, I'll go 31-24 Arkansas on this one. They'll win and cover. Next game, Nebraska versus Minnesota. Minnesota's getting 3.5 points at home. Some people might be a bit surprised that Minnesota is actually an underdog in this game. I'm not at all. I think Nebraska wins and covers here. I think Nebraska is the much better team in this one. Minnesota, I think the culture is fine in Minnesota. I think PJ Fleck is the type of coach that I do think that can sit there and go ahead and keep this culture going. But I mean, they're gonna have a tough time getting to a bowl game, just like I kind of thought they would in the preseason. I think Nebraska wins and covers. I really do. I got Nebraska here by a touchdown. I'm gonna go ahead and take them to win this game. I got the score: Nebraska 30, Minnesota 23. Won't surprise me if Nebraska even wins this game by 2 possessions. But go ahead, give me Nebraska to win and cover. Next game is Texas A&M versus Missouri. A&M, they are a 8.5 point favorite on the road against Missouri. Missouri's not a bad team. I think they could definitely beat some teams in the SEC, but they definitely weren't as good as some people thought they would be. Looking at myself, I'm gonna go ahead and take Texas A&M. I'm gonna go ahead and take them to win on the road and cover. I think they win this game by, excuse me, I think they win this game by 2 touchdowns. I'll go ahead and take them to win this one. I got 38-24 Aggies over the Tigers. I think it's a competitive game, but at the end, Aggies pull away. Maybe start a little bit sleepy in this one after the big upset win last week, but I'll go ahead and take the Aggies to win and cover 38-24. Next game is Miami versus North Carolina. North Carolina is currently a 7.5 point favorite at home against Miami. I don't know what you're going to get out of North Carolina. I really don't. I mean, it's Jekyll and Hyde, basically. One team shows up one week, and then the next week, another team shows up. Miami is a horrible football team, in my opinion. I don't think they're that good. I think that's why and I don't know if you've been noticing on this channel, I kind of alluded to it a little bit. I'm not that sold on Michigan State because everybody's like, oh, they beat Miami. Miami's not good, guys. I think North Carolina wins and covers here. I do. I think Miami's that bad. I think Miami's not a good football team. Even if North Carolina doesn't show up, I think they'll win this game by default by at least 2 possessions. I think they will show up somewhat at least against Miami. I like North Carolina actually kind of big in this one. I'm gonna go 44-20 North Carolina. I think this game's a blowout at the end. Next game is Padu versus Iowa. Iowa is a 11-point favorite at home after coming off that big win against Penn State. I do think they come into this game a bit sleepy, but they still win this game. The question is, do they cover? They do. Purdue, not a bad team. Definitely a bit better than what I thought they were going to be. But at the same time, I don't know how you could beat Iowa because Iowa. I mean, all those defenders in Iowa just seem to have a nose for the ball. They're probably going to at least have 2 to 3 turnovers. You probably just pencil yourself in for 2 to 3 turnovers if you're Purdue, and that's probably going to be the difference. I like Iowa in this one. I'm going to go ahead and take them to win this game. I got 28-13 Iowa. I like them by 15. BYU versus Baylor, a top 25 matchup in the McD Sports 4 pool. Number 21 BYU versus number 25 Baylor. Baylor is a 6.5 point favorite at home against BYU. BYU, that was a very disappointing loss against Boise State last week. I still think this is a decent team, at least at the Mill. You look at Baylor. They've been surprising. Outside the one loss to Oklahoma State, they've been taking care of business, and I think they take care of business here. I think they win and cover. Go ahead and give me Baylor by 8. I'll go ahead and take them 28-20 in this one over BYU. I think they win and cover. Okay, next game, Kentucky versus Georgia. I got Georgia winning this game, but I got Kentucky covering. Kentucky's defense is too good, in my opinion, to sit there and get absolutely ran out the building by more than 3 touchdowns. Now this spread last night was 23.5. I'm filming this Wednesday around lunchtime. I wanted to film this Tuesday night, but couldn't get to it. I would have been more comfortable if this was 23.5 instead of 21.5. But I'm still going to go ahead and take Kentucky plus 21.5 because I have the score by 20. 27-7. Georgia. I like them by 20. I just think this is kind of a beatdown, but I think Kentucky hangs in it just enough that they at least get a backdoor cover. So I'll go ahead. I'll take Georgia by 20, but go ahead, give me Kentucky plus 21.5. Next game is Kent State versus Western Michigan. Western Michigan is a 6.5 point favorite at home against Kent State. Kent State's not a bad team. They played against my Terps earlier this year, and they were able to drive the ball against the Terps some. Western Michigan, a really good offense. I think they win and cover here, but I think this game's competitive. I got Western Michigan by 10. I'm gonna go ahead and take Western Michigan in this one. I have it 40-30 Western Michigan. Next game is Vanderbilt versus South Carolina. I like South Carolina to win this game. The question is that point spread. How bad is Vanderbilt? I mean, I believe they beat Colorado State. They struggle against Stanford. They haven't really proven anything against any SEC opponent. South Carolina offensively, I don't think is that good, but defensively, I think they're pretty good. I'm gonna actually take. I was kind of leaning Vanderbilt plus 18.5, but I'm actually gonna take South Carolina minus 18.5 at home. I think they win this game. I had this. I did have the score by 17. I'm gonna call audible. I'm gonna actually say South Carolina wins this game 31-7. South Carolina's defense, I think, is good enough for them to cover the spread. The offense isn't good, and I was a bit wrong about South Carolina. I thought they could at least compete to get to a bowl game. They're still 2-3 years out from probably doing that, or maybe not doing that, but they're 2-3 years out from being consistently making bowl games. But I like the direction they're hanging. I like South Carolina. Go ahead, win this game, 31-7. They'll win and cover. Next game is TCU versus Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a 13.5 point favorite at home. Question about this game is who's going to start quarterback? Is it going to be Spencer Rattler or Caleb Williams? Oklahoma should start Caleb Williams, in my opinion. If they start him, they'll win this game. Even if they start Spencer Rattler, they'll win this game. But if they start Caleb Williams, I'm going to go ahead and say Oklahoma wins this game. I'm going to say that they cover as well. I have it by 2 touchdowns, so I got to say they cover. I'm going to go ahead and take Oklahoma. Kind of a shootout, 41-27 Oklahoma. I think they bounce back to kind of the old ways, especially if they start Caleb Williams. Go ahead, give me Oklahoma a win and cover here. And then Stanford versus Washington State here. Washington State is a 1-point dog at home against Stanford. I'm actually going to take Stanford -1 on the road. I think they're the better team. Washington State did good things for me last week. I believe they were facing Cal last week, if I'm not mistaken. I forget who they were. Oh no, Oregon State. They were facing Oregon State last week. They did good things for me last week when I took them in the upset category plus 3.5. But I think Stanford, they go on the road, find a way to win this one. I like them to win this game, kind of a low-scoring game. I'm going to go ahead and take them to win this game. I got 17-14 Stanford. I like them by a field goal. Go ahead and give me Stanford -1 on the road. Okay, last 5 games here. Iowa State versus Kansas State. Kansas State is a 6.5 point dog at home against Iowa State. I'm taking Iowa State to win this game. I'm going to take Kansas State plus 6.5. Iowa State, they're coming off a bye week. Who knows what's going on with that team? They already have two losses on the schedule to 2 top 25 teams. Don't get me wrong, but I could definitely see another loss or 2 coming their way. But I think they'll go on the road, beat Kansas State. I like them by 4 points, 27-23 Iowa State. Kansas State's a good team, but I think they come up a bit short in this one. UCLA versus Washington. Washington is a 1.5 point favorite at home against UCLA. UCLA, in my opinion, they've been a bit up and down. I think they're very capable of getting into Washington and beating them. Washington, once again, kind of an up and down team too. This is gonna be, to me, this is a coin flip. I'm gonna take Washington at home to win this game by 1 point. I'm actually gonna take UCLA plus 1.5 on the road because that's how unsure I am about this one. I'm taking Washington in this one. I got 27-26 Washington, but I'm gonna go ahead and take UCLA plus 1.5 on the road. That's how unsure I am about this game. Air Force versus Boise State. Boise State's a 4-point favorite at home against Air Force. I like Boise State to win here and cover. Boise State got back to what they do best against BYU last week. That was a huge win for that program. Huge win for that first-year head coach and Andy Alvarez up there. I think they build off that. They'll win and cover here. I like them by 10 points. I'm gonna go ahead and take Boise State in this one, 30-20. Louisiana Tech versus Utep. Utep is a 6.5 point underdog at home. I like Utep plus 6.5, but I'm still gonna take Louisiana Tech by a field goal here. I thought about taking Utep here, I really did, but I'm gonna take Louisiana Tech here. Go ahead and give me Louisiana Tech. I think this game's pretty high scoring. I'm gonna go ahead and take them 41-38 Louisiana Tech. And then Arizona State versus Utah. Utah is a 1 point dog at home. Arizona State's a good team. Don't get me wrong. They have one loss on the schedule against BYU. They took care of business against UCLA. I forgot who. Oh yeah, they beat Stanford this past week, 28-10. So and that game was at home. They're on the road against Utah. Utah looks like the second best team in the Pac-12 South. This game might be for the Pac-12 South. Probably is. This is a huge game, 10 o'clock on ESPN. Utah +1 at home. God, this is a tough one for me. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to Utah since they're at home. I think that home field advantage will be huge. Give me Utah +1 at home. I think they win this game. Minor upset here. Go ahead, give me Utah. I got this game 24-21 Utah. I think is kind of low scoring back and forth. But at the end, Utah at home. They make a play or two. That's the difference. Go ahead, give me Utah 24-21. So now my locks of the week. So 5 locks of the week. All of these teams have to do is be favorites. We'll kick it off with one of the Friday night games, Cal versus Oregon. Oregon -13.5 at home. I think Oregon wins and covers here. Cal's not that good of a team. Matter of fact, I think Cal, their head coach, I forget his name. I'm drawing a blank on his name. I think he gets fired at the end of the year. Oregon wins this game. They win and cover here. I like Oregon in this one, kind of big. I'm going to go 37-17 Oregon. I like them by 20. Next game is Duke versus Virginia. Duke's not that good of a team at all. Virginia, I just trust Swanker Mendenhall. I just do. The game's at home. They get their 10.5 point favorites at home. I like Virginia to win and cover here. I got the score by 17 points. I'm going to go ahead. Actually, 18 points, excuse me. 35-17 Virginia in this one. I like them by 18. Next game is Alabama versus Mississippi State. Mississippi State is a 17.5 point underdog at home. Mississippi State, I'm sorry. You're getting Alabama at a bad, bad time. Alabama's going to win and cover here. And this is all because of last week's loss. Alabama going ahead and losing to A&M. Mississippi State gets them at a really bad time. I like Bama in this one big. I'm going to go ahead and take Alabama in this one. I got the score. I have it here 45 to 20. I have it by 25 points. Alabama by 25. Next game is Ole Miss versus Tennessee. Some people are picking this game as an upset. I see it completely opposite. I think Ole Miss wins and covers here. They are the better team. They have a defense unlike Tennessee. Tennessee is a 3-point dog at home in this one. I like Ole Miss to win this game though. I'm going to go ahead and take them to win this game. I got the game 48-34 Ole Miss. I like them by 2 touchdowns. And then Navy versus Memphis. I'm going to take a chance on Memphis here, -10.5. Navy's not a good team at all, even though they did look pretty good against SMU despite losing. The game's in Memphis. Memphis kind of been struggling this year. I think they kind of want to get back to what they're used to being the past few years. I like Memphis by 2 touchdowns here. I'm going to go ahead and take Memphis in this one. I like the score here. I have it by 2 touchdowns, as I said, 37-23 Memphis. So those are my 5 locks of the week, my 5 upsets of the week. And the way the upsets work, they have to be at least a 3-point dog. So that's why you didn't see the Arizona State Utah game in here. I believe there was another game I took a +1 or a +2, something like that, for an outright win. That's why you didn't see those games in there. So they have to be at least a 3-point dog. First game is Clemson versus Syracuse. I like Syracuse to win this game outright. I think they at least cover here. I'm gonna say Friday night game. Remember a few years ago, Clemson's not that good of a team, even though they're coming off a bye. Syracuse wins this game outright. I think this game is kind of low scoring. And Syracuse has a defense. They actually have a defense there at Syracuse. I like Syracuse in this one. I have the score here 22-19 Syracuse. Kind of a weird game, but I think they find a way to win this one. Florida versus LSU. All this talk about Coach O getting fired. I think he responds with a big win here. 10.5-point dogs at home against Florida. Noon game. I like LSU here. I like them to win outright. Go ahead, give me the LSU Tigers in this one. I'm gonna go ahead and take them to beat Florida. I had the score here 28-24 LSU. I think they find a way to win this one. Fresno State versus Wyoming. Wyoming is a home team. I heard they might be getting some snow up there in Wyoming. I don't know if it affects this game or not. If it does, I think that it's definitely beneficial to Wyoming. Wyoming's a 3.5-point dog at home against Fresno State. Fresno State's a good team. I mean, they were in the top 25 throughout at some points during the season. I like Wyoming though to win this game outright. I think they are the second, well, not the second. I think they are the third best team in the Mountain West, the Mountain Division. Go ahead, give me Wyoming in this one. Low scoring, 16-14, Wyoming. Pitt versus Virginia Tech. Last week, Virginia Tech disappointed me. I picked them to beat Notre Dame, and they didn't. This week, I think they bounced back. They're at home again in Lane Stadium. Pitt, good offense. Defensively, there's question marks. I think Virginia Tech +5 at home. They're 5-point dogs at home. I'm going to take them to win this one outright. I like Virginia Tech in this one. I got the score 27-21 Virginia Tech. And then the last upset, NC State versus Boston College. I like Boston College +3 at home. I'm pretty confident in this one as well. I like Boston College to win this game outright against NC State because I actually think Boston College might be the best team in the ACC Atlantic Division. I believe it's between them and Wake Forest. I'm not sold one bit on NC State despite beating Clemson. I like Boston College in this one. I got the score 31-23 Boston College. So those are my 5 upsets. Those are my picks for the week for college football week 7. I cannot wait. Technically, we had the week start yesterday with the Tuesday night game. Louisiana proving that they are the second best team in the Sun Belt. Absolutely road rating. Appalachian State 41-13. We'll see what happens this week. Thanks for watching the video. Hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate if you do that. Really try and go to the channel. This is McD the Beast signing off.